Alright, so today I am reviewing the seasonal market for September. I love the autumn leaves. I'm gonna review the dragons and just look at the the decorations, um, right quickly. Okay, so buying a dragon in any market, whether that's seasonal currency, Odin market, or just straight up with runes, there are three reasons to buy a dragon. One is for collection's sake. Evaluating whether or not to get this dragon for collection's sake is how often is it offered. So, for example, nightlights, never buy nightlights outright because there are events for them every other month. So they're pretty attainable and in the relatively near future. So don't ever buy nightlights outright. And Lump has been offered twice this year. Things like that. So pay attention to how often a dragon is offered. And if it's not offered very often, then you would want to go ahead and buy it, depending on how much currency you have. Odin market I can cover in another video. So that's the first reason. Okay, the second reason would be if they're a really good gatherer, and that would be a reason to prioritize them either for fish, wood, or iron. If you need it for brawl, or if it's a good defend dragon. So that's the second reason. The third reason is just if you like a certain species and you're collecting them. Quakens overall are not a very good species as far as gathering. Some of them are good for wood, but overall they don't have the best rates. But I love Quakens. I think they look like cute little bumblebees, and so I collect Quakens. But there hasn't been too many events for Quakens. Alright, so moving on. That's the basis on which I'll be evaluating these dragons. So we're going to look at their stats by clicking the info section, but I'm going to pull up the dragon bot, which from the Discord channel, which is based on our companion guide, which rates all the dragons. I'm going to do another video on that. So, okay. So, just going through one by one. Axewing. Axewing has a long gathering time of 1 day and 9 hours, but rate is mid-range at 5.67. I mean, that's pretty much like what a Shockjaw does. So, you would get an Axewing because it's a premium that you're missing, but not for gathering. Axewing does have good defense stats, but Axewing is not a priority based on stats. It's more for collection rate. Okay, Firecomb Charger. I would get Firecomb Charger, and this is who I am aiming for because I already have Axewing from the premium pack in the spring, I think. And B, Firecomb Crusher is unique. I don't have this one. And look at that fish rate. Look at that fish rate. That's an awesome fish rate. So, probably take a while to train. I don't even know if I'll ever train him, but I'm aiming for him. He's also going to be less than half of what the Axewing costs, and as a rider, I get autumn leaves, no problem. Okay, Yak Stacker. I will have enough to also go for Yak Stacker. That fish rate, not worth anything. But that's actually pretty good iron. Yak Stacker is ranked pretty high as far as iron goes. So Yak Stacker, especially if you're not playing enough to get another unique. I mean, that's only 2,000 autumn leaves. I mean, you could get a bunch of Yak Stackers and just boost your early iron gathering if you're in the beginning of iron gathering. So Yak Stacker. Okay, here's my problem with the Dragon Rider exclusive dragons this season. Bloodcrest is already a Dragon Rider exclusive dragon. You can search for Bloodcrest with Light Fury. That's just so not fair to the non-riders. Because riders already have Bloodcrest. And I love Bloodcrest. See, I have 4 of them. 4 of them, right there. Right there. Okay, so I don't think that's fair. So Ludia, that's so not cool. That is really not cool. But, if you are a rider, don't spend your leaves on him because you can search for him. Spend your leaves on getting multiple Yak Stackers, okay? But I could talk all day long about why you should get Bloodcrest because Bloodcrest has decent rates, especially I have a Thunder Drum statue at level 3, so their gathering rates are actually higher than this at their level because of the statue. So they're good gathering and they're a good cheap iron if you don't have other iron sources. So, Bloodcrest is a good dragon. Cheap dragon trains up altogether in 3 weeks. It's amazing. But don't get it through the seasonal market. Okay, Edgewing. I don't think Edgewing has phenomenal stats, but Edgewing is available through Meatlug's Journey, and I get extra Edgewings, like, I get 3 or 4 a week. So don't spend your leaves on them. You can get them with Meatlug's 2-rune Journey. I get extra every week. It's just not worth spending. I mean, same price, almost by 100 leaves different to get Yak Stacker. Just get Yak Stacker. Get 6 Yak Stackers, but don't get an Edgewing. And Wind Gnasher. Okay, Wind Gnasher actually has really good rates. The only reason I would advise getting Wind Gnasher is if you're a beginner player, you haven't reached the level where you can search for Wind Gnasher, because I forget what level that is, but it's like 70 or 80. I can't check from this menu. But you can search for Wind Gnasher. So if you're an upper level player and you can search for him, don't buy him. But if you're a low level player, I would recommend getting Wind Gnasher, because Wind Gnasher's cheap and it'll be a while before you can search for him. So, and if you get enough autumn leaves, I would say first though, prioritize Yak Stacker, because you need the iron, and if you're not a rider, then you can't get Dust Brawler for iron until you get to a higher level with Hook Fang and Hook Fang's last journey. So, and you can't get Blood Crest because you're not a rider. And you can't get Schmoozer because you're not a rider. It's really not fair. All of the best Iron Dragons are kind of paywalled, and I don't really like. So Yak Stacker, though, is a decent dragon. He's not paywalled right now, so get him for iron, absolutely. I would prioritize that. And then otherwise, Firecomb Crasher for the unique, and he's got a good fish rate. And then Wind Gnasher if you're a new player and you need a decent gatherer. Alright, so I'm a total dork, and I forgot that there are dragons available that don't show on my other account because I have them already. So I'm looking on this other game that doesn't have these uniques. Okay, so there's 2 missing dragons and a missing costume. So Krogan Singe-Tail. Alright, decent wood rate. I would suggest Krogan Singe-Tail if you like getting characters from the show, as well as just collecting uniques. And it's a decent wood rate, but I wouldn't get him just for the wood rate. It would pretty much, if you want him, I already have him. I forget where I got him on my other game. So that's Krogan Singe-Tail. And then Garful Yorg, I don't remember how to say that. He's also from the game. Amazing wood rate. He was an Odin market a few weeks ago, but he was the more expensive. So getting him with autumn leaves might be a bit more attainable. I don't know his defend rate. I'll pull that up. Okay, and then there's also a Lumberjack Hook Fang, and this crazily increases your wood rate, but I don't suggest gathering with Rider Dragons, but it does increase your wood rate in Journey, which I've used and gotten a bunch of wood with Hook Fang. Now I have extra wood, so I don't use it, but if you're a beginner and you're struggling with wood, this isn't a bad idea, but there are some decent dragons over here, and so I wouldn't recommend spending on the costume before spending on the other dragons. Otherwise, for the decorations, I keep saying directions. The decorations, I think, are cute. I am going to get a bunch of itchy trees after I actually don't have Yak Stacker. So after I get Yak Stacker and Firecomb Crasher, I'm pretty much probably just going to buy all itchy trees, because I felt really sad taking itchy trees off of my itchy armpit island. And so I'm going to buy itchy trees to fill up itchy armpit. It's a requirement. I don't know if I want any of these others. Some of you might like them. And for being an autumn girl, I don't like most of these. Paths might be cute. Nope, that's boring. I would really like some 1 square decorations, but there we go. The decorations aren't super exciting to me, except for itchy trees. I'm gonna put those all over itchy armpit. Alright, so, okay, I forgot. I was gonna overview the dragons and the dragon bot. So here is, in our Discord channel, the dragon bot. You just ask the bot for a rank on a specific dragon. So we see, this is Axewing. Training, it takes a while to train. It's 490 out of 560. That's not cool. Fish, it's decent. Wood, it's decent, but that's 200. There's a whole bunch of other dragons you would want to get first. Battle, that's defend. It's 11. So that's pretty good, but is a 11 ranked battle dragon worth a really long training time? Not in my opinion. Firecomb Crusher, it's kind of a mid-high rank for training, so it's not bad, but it's not good. Fish is pretty up there, so that's why I'm getting it. Can't do wood or defend, apparently. Okay, Yak Stacker. See, Yak Stacker's a fast trainer. It doesn't rank high for fish or wood, or even battle, but iron at 67, and that doesn't sound very high, but when you're a new player and you can't get other dragons, use him. Okay, so he's a good iron dragon, and he trains quickly. That's the point. Alright, Bloodcrest. I mean, his training rank is worse than Yak Stacker, apparently, but so that means Yak Stacker is going to be a 3-week train. Bloodcrest is a 3-week train. He's decent rates for fish and wood. I have him boosted with a statue. Not very good in defend. And look at that, is a good iron rank. Better iron rank than Yak Stacker. Okay, Edgewing. Low training time, low gathering rates, not very high in defend, not very high in iron. So just don't get Edgewing. You get extras from Meatlug. Just don't. Okay, and finally, Wind Gnasher. Not a quick trainer, but not a slow trainer. Decent fish and wood rates, and actually really decent in defend. I didn't know that. So, I learn new things. Even I do. Alright, so revisiting the Book of Dragons. For the two that I forgot, we have Krogan's Singed Tail. Training, it's kind of mid-rank. Fish, it's low. Wood, it's rather high, like I commented on. Battle, it's rather high. Iron, it's not worth it. So, but if you don't have any better wood dragons, it's actually pretty decent for wood. I just think there are better dragons available this season. And then for Garf, Garf is rather low on training. Garf does not do fish. Decent wood score, not as good as Krogan. And then a decent iron score, middle battle score. So those are the rankings for those two dragons. There we go. I hope this was helpful in you picking what dragons to get with this seasonal market. Thanks for watching.